Hey, this is Eddie F from Talkin Shit. Before we start this episode, I just want to thank everyone that has donated. Thanks for the donation. You can do it on our website, jimandeddietalkshit.com. When you do donate, you get stuff like CDs, DVDs,
Signed
T-shirts, posters, signed posters, autograph posters, and they're all coming out now. We really appreciate it. And if you're looking to sponsor the show, you have a company or anything you want to advertise, contact us at
jimandeddie@yahoo.com.
jimandeddie@yahoo.com.
And if you want to see me, Eddie F., I'll be at the Universal City Walk John Lovett's Comedy Club this Friday and Saturday at 10 o'clock at Universal Studios. That's 2 shows, 10 o'clock Friday and Saturday. Come out and see me. And now we've got an amazing episode with Joey Diaz.
2 douchebags on a couch. One's an asshole, one's a grouch. And relentless, all their mouths. Jim and Eddie talk shit. Jim and Eddie talk shit. Jim and Eddie.
Hey, this is Eddie Ift, and you're listening to Talkin' Shit with Jim Jeffries and Eddie Ift. We're here at the Rape Cottage. Yay, everyone. Yay. Yay. It's a weird
Do you remember the early episodes when the excitement was really in the air?
Yeah, we've lost all our fucking excitement.
When the early episodes when people would be cheering, there'd be people over at the house. And this episode, we don't even have Jason.
Yeah, Jason's not here tonight. We don't know where the fuck he is, but
the drop-off's going to be amazing on our numbers.
Yeah, everyone's leaving right now.
Yeah.
That one fat lady that hates me is really, she's just turned us off.
Well, I put Jason's fake book up on my webpage, right? Just, the hourofpower.com link where it has the barista book. And someone wrote me a message going, "This is fucking bullshit. Jason weighs the showdown so much, and now that cunt's got a book." I'm like, it's a fake book. It's not real, man.
We've got a guest tonight. Most of you, weirdly, all our listeners know who he is because I said Joey Coco Diaz is coming on the show, and everyone went crazy. I got a million emails and Twitters going, "Holy shit, this is going to be the best episode ever." So sorry, but you've got a lot to live up to.
We're in the realm, baby. We're on the fucking crazy. You listen to some podcasts, like when I started listening to podcasts, there's some podcasts that are very nice. They're very nice Republican people. You know what I'm saying? They're very nice, and they giggle at each other's jokes and shit like that. And then you get some podcasts that are fucking crazy, and I heard you guys are fucking nuts. So.
We're okay.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna let you down because I feel like we don't have the.
I'm under the weather.
Jim's under the weather. Jason's not here, and we don't have any sometimes we have like dirty whores here, or Lilith is here.
We've only actually ever had one official porn star, and she was the most frigid girl we brought back. When we bring back just girls from the street, they're
the ones that are ready to rock.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But then the porn stars tighten up when they get.
They think they're so special. It's like they go and fucking let everyone use their fucking holes like the Lincoln Tunnel, and then they come on here and expect to be treated like a princess. And it's like, I saw 14 cocks smacking you in the face, and now Jim's supposed to not say.
In their defense, it's the same as when when we go to a party and someone finds out you're a comedian and you're determined not to be funny.
Yeah,
those ones when you're at the party.
But it's not like we're saying suck all our cocks at one time. We want you to just be fun and enjoy the show. And she was a cunt.
Yeah, she was a cunt.
You know what the worst thing is? If you go out to a bar, you get a couple cocktails in you, and you meet that same freak.
Yeah.
And you come home, you got high expectations, you got to light her asshole on fire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this bitch has already been to the show. I'm going to get extra yum-yums tonight. And all of a sudden you come home and she plays that shit or the boyfriend shit. That's the fucking worst. And now you're aggravated at 4 a.m. You want to shoot the bitch.
It's like when you get a hooker and she comes over and she goes, "What have you got in mind?" And you try to act sort of nonchalant about it. You go like, "Well, just a good time." She goes, "That's good. You seem like a nice guy. Some guys just treat me horribly." And you're like, "That was my plan."
We had this thing where we got these hookers in Dubai, and they're like $50 in Dubai. And I was with Paul Provenza, and Paul's like the only one I can say his name. All the other comics would be like, "I can't believe you said my name." Paul would be like, "I can't believe you didn't say my name." So Paul was there, me, a couple other comedians, and we bring...
Let's just name people who went there. Ron Williams.
Fuck them. They're there. They're part of the story.
Ron Williams was there.
Who's that born again Christian?
Dane Cook was there.
Jeff Dunham was there.
Oh, with the puppet.
The
the
puppet was
puppet.
fucking all the
Oh,
hookers.
the puppet was eating ass like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
It was before Richard Pryor died. He was there just fucking with one of his shaky fingers working one of the women's clit like a fucking old black man vibrator.
Blair's cousin from Facts of Life with cerebral palsy.
Paul
was there.
Mooney was there. He actually turned hetero for the night.
Kennison came back from the fucking grave and showed up.
Ant was there. He did some original jokes.
Oh, fuck. Where is
And
Ant?
Gallagher was there
Where is
smashing
Ant?
him
Is
with a
one of the
hammer.
fuck-
Fuck is Ant? The heavens, he got the hair piece, then he disappeared.
Who's Ant? Who's
got
Ant?
the fucking
Ant
thing.
was fucking great. Ant was this gay comic that was on
Celebrity-
Last Comic Stand. He
Right.
started on, and did he do someone else's joke? Was that the story?
He did a couple people's
Oh,
jokes.
he
Something
did
happened.
somebody's joke, and then Rogan called him out on it. Rogan was one of the judges, and Rogan goes, "You just did another comic's joke," and fucking Buddy Hackett's like, "I liked it. I thought it was funny. It was really funny. I don't care whose joke it was." And Rogan's like, "Fuck off, Buddy Hackett."
So what happened?
So then Ant like got kicked off that year. They bring him back the next year, and he makes it all the way to like the finals, and everybody's like. So I was in it the next year when Ant was on the show, and they were calling our numbers or you were getting called to hear when you were appearing, like on the show, like they were given an order, and they would call it. They'd be like Bert Kreischer, and Bert would go up, and we'd all go Bert, Bert, Bert. There's like 40 comics in the room, and we were all going Bert, Bert.
Are you telling a story where comedians are supportive of each other?
No, but
I don't really
wait,
believe
it
this.
gets better. It gets better. So then they go, Dan Natterman. Everybody goes, Jew, 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 Jew. So then they go, Ant. And this is all being filmed for TV. And everybody went, thief, 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 thief.
Poor Ant, dog.
Yeah, but now he's, then he went on to VH1.
Right, celebrity. And then the second season, he got the little hair piece. He got the fucking.
What are you,
whole deal.
Celebrity Rehab? What was he in?
No,
Celebrity,
he was in Celebrity
weight loss show.
Fat fucking.
Celebrity, whatever the fuck it is.
That Biggest Loser kind of shit.
Yeah, they used to call it the Biggest Loser for the normal people, and then for the celebrities, it was
Celebrity
like
Fit Club.
Celebrity Fit Club.
I have a problem with those Biggest Loser, Celebrity Fit Club type shows. It's like we reward people for fucking up. Like they got fat, and now we're going to reward them for getting skinny.
No, I see. That's the call of the thin man there.
But I don't think you should,
being
like-
fat's it's hard work not being fat.
It's fucking tough, dog. I was 405. You
Were you
understand me?
really?
Fuck yeah. I couldn't even fuck no more. I had to eat ass and pussy. That's it. Finger bang you till you're fucking with dizzy. You
It's-
understand?
Did that really happen? Like
People-
you couldn't fuck?
It was I had sleep apnea. I was smoking 3 packs of cigarettes, the fucking reefer, the fried food on the road, the sleep. It was just terrible. And it got to the point where I couldn't breathe, really. Your stomach was in the way. And I just
Would
went,
you have to lift up like your bubble cock to let her get down there?
fuck
to the,
yeah, it was
like,
terrible.
Oh Jesus!
And there you are, coked out with dead dick.
You know what's
Your fucking
nice?
dick is in your nutsack, and you're trying to eat pussy, and you don't say. You know what I'm saying?
You know how nice,
fucking
but you know how
nightmare.
charming this man is. Most fat people don't know they can't fuck for years.
No, you got to
They
fucking drop
don't
it.
even have the option. They're like, and then they go to fuck. Like, I can't.
And then you
fuck.
start thinking about it, and you're like, you know what? I want to get the fucking again. I don't care if I got diabetes. I'll lose a leg. You know what I'm saying? I'll fuck with one knee. You know what I'm saying? I'll spin around. I'll do tricks.
Are you a diabetes guy?
No. But then
yeah, I
went
thought for a second you said you had it.
I went to Weight Watchers, and I just started fucking doing what you do. I go to yoga. I go to karate with the brothers. I hit the bag. I go to fucking jumping live at the YMCA at 6:15. I try to do a little bit of everything every week.
You eat well?
Yeah, now, but you're on the road as a fucking comic for 10
impossible.
years.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
the deal. We're just talking. You got to fly back on Monday. We all got our favorite airports. People say, what's your favorite comedy club? Fuck you, bitch. My favorite airport is Miami when you wake up and they got a Cuban sandwich. Or when you wake up in Rochester and they got that sliced thin fucking thing at 7 in the morning.
Philly, you get the
Yeah,
cheesesteak.
Philly. You got
Yeah,
all
I-
those things,
See, I'm very anti-regular breakfast. I think I've spoken about this.
I
before.
hate eggs.
I
They suck dick with potatoes and shit.
I like eggs, but I don't want to be told what time of day I have to
To
fucking
eat 'em.
eat 'em.
Right. I'm
I've
the same.
never heard somebody get so angry about eggs.
No, but
Fuck
it's
eggs.
like you get scrambled eggs and potato.
Eggs
with
can
it.
suck
deal.
dick.
A breakfast burrito is nowhere near as nice as a regular burrito.
That's not true.
That's not true.
Let me tell
bland. You
in
gotta put sauce in
Longmont,
the
Colorado, with
fucking-
the real Mexicans, they had some breakfast burritos that knock your fucking socks off.
Probably, but bacon,
Tremendous.
eggs, and
Nah,
potatoes.
I don't put no bacon in your fucking breakfast. That's something Burger King invented. Those Mexicans don't put no bacon in there. They put a piece of fucking pork arm in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
That seems to be
With
breakfast
beans
now.
and- that's
That's
breakfast.
regular food now. That's regular food.
I don't mind that for breakfast.
Oh,
A
no,
nice
no.
egg and a pork chop and shit.
I'll eat lasagna for breakfast.
Me too, yeah.
And pizza. I have no problem with this. I just hate
Jim,
the
I've
fucking...
seen the way you eat. You'll pretty much eat anything.
I don't see why would your stomach know what time it is?
You've eaten.
I don't understand the problem. I'll eat ice cream in the morning if I feel like fucking ice cream.
You've eaten a hooker's asshole, yet you're afraid of bananas.
I'm not, I'm afraid of the hooker's asshole as well. but I know the hooker's asshole won't make me sick right away.
Speaking of assholes, I was watching Sasha Grey, some porn with her the other day. You know Sasha Grey. The
I
one-
don't know.
She was getting gangbanged, and in the towards the end of it, I hear her go, "Sit your fucking black ass on my face," and she just starts eating this black guy's ass, and it was like the female equivalent of Jackass. You know, like you don't see women doing Jackass type stunts, but she was like, there were dicks in every single hole, and guys smacking her, and fucking assholes.
Is Sasha
that's
Grey
not
the one from
Jackass.
Entourage? Or?
yeah.
That's fucking Fear
Yeah.
Factor, guy.
Shit.
That's Fear Factor triple X. Put another dick in your asshole for 50 grand. And the fucked up thing about Fear Factor is they send you a check like 6 weeks later, those cocksuckers.
Do they really?
Yeah, they don't pay you right away.
What do you mean?
Like you
let's
do the
say after
show?
the stunt, you do the show. Like, can you imagine eating bull's balls while you're jumping out of a fucking helicopter and Joe Rogan shakes your hand, all of a sudden you got a check 6 weeks later, you're like, that's it.
You wouldn't last for a second being a comic in the UK. It takes like a year to get paid for most
Does
fucking...
it?
Is it
Oh,
really?
I never got paid. It used to take me months after my tours to get fucking
I think
paid.
that was just our agent.
No, just how it is. All the companies are just like, they just wait and wait. Oh, I love it over here in America. You finish your last gig and they give you a check and they go, is that okay?
I love
You're
when
like,
they say, "Do you want it in cash?" Of course.
No,
I do.
I want to give me a check out of state. Make it out of fucking state on your other account.
Do you take the cash to you?
I take the
Fuck yeah, every little
yes,
bit.
Yes, I've heard DL Hughley or something sends in a guy with a fucking briefcase, and they say DL's out in the limo until you pay in cash. He will not be on the stage. The guy's like got a handcuffs to the briefcase. He's like, fucking put the cash in. Goes out, they count it, then he goes in. I was at a club in Seattle. We can thank Lindsay for this. I called Lindsay. I'm in Seattle at a club, and the guy goes to pay me. It's his first week on the job or something, or first month or whatever. And he goes, "I can pay you half now, and then he's going to send you a check for the other half," which meant we don't have it. And I go, no, I'm not going on stage. My agent won't let me go on stage. And I knew I couldn't call my agent. I call Lindsay and I go, "Pretend like you're my agent." So Lindsay calls the guy and she goes, "He's not going on stage till all the money's there." And I see them count, behind the bar. They've got all the cash. They're just full of shit. And they're like, "Oh, we don't have." And the guy goes, I go, "Look, if I take a check, is it going to be good?" And the guy goes, yeah. I mean, it might take a while to get the check. And I go,
give
"How
my
long?"
money.
He goes, sometimes they're 3-4 months. And I go, I'm
the
leaving.
cash.
I'm leaving. Give me the fucking money. Yeah.
Get the cash.
Well,
don't
I
wanna go
never
through
get the
that
cash.
shit.
Well, you used to have to pay tax on the cash anyway.
Yeah, but I'd rather have that.
I'd rather have the
Have you had a
cash.
check bounce yet?
I've had several checks bounced.
Jim
You
Jeffries
just-
is a motherfucker here.
Yeah,
He's a motherfucker.
I've
Take
written
your
some that have in my day.
paper. Take your paper because you
Actually,
never
also,
fucking know.
checks don't really exist anywhere else in the world except for America now. Everyone else just transfers it directly to your account.
Yeah.
You give your account details, it's in your account. But like America, you still like you have to pay me in a check or post me.
You know what? I don't mind. You know what? I'll transfer it into my fucking account.
Have you ever had someone not pay you? I've had clubs.
I've had people like, okey doke with the checks and whatever, and you know what? When somebody has that reputation, I don't care how much I want to perform at this point. Now I'll just tell people no. Yeah. Like, well, we'll give you 80%. We'll send you 20. You know what? Let's just not even go there. Let me just stay at the fucking home with my cats and I'll smoke dope all weekend and scratch my nuts. I'd rather do that than get involved in drama.
Have you heard, who was the comic? I forget the story that the club owner goes, "Thanks for the weekend. Here's half your money." And then he hands him a bag of Coke. And he's like, I don't want the cocaine.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Just take it." And he's like, I think it could have been our friend who did it, by the way.
I know who did it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say.
And he goes, "Here, take the Coke." And he was like, "I don't want the Coke." And I've heard another comic a story of someone put a gun in front of him and just went, "Here's your money." And he goes, or he said, "Here's your money." And he goes, no, that's not all my money. And the club owner just put a gun on the table and goes, that's all your money. You just take it, get the fuck out.
Yeah, but there was a club that did that for a while. I was talking to another comic about this. He always put the gun on the table, and the guy goes, so you just took the money? And I go, okay, well, so the gun was on the table, but how many shooting incidences were there? How many times was
the Milwaukee?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's the guy. It's in Milwaukee, and there's the guy in New Mexico, Albuquerque, that is a fucking Momo too.
Yeah.
That he used to fuck around with guns in front of the comedians and shit like that.
Fuck that. I'd
Somebody
be like,
pull a gun like
see
that,
ya.
they're not gonna fucking use the gun. I worked for that guy in Milwaukee one time. He was a good guy. He was a gangbanger. He was a big time biker gangbanger, not a Hell's Angel, but whatever rules in Milwaukee. They even have a gangland about him, Los Papos or whatever.
Oh, really?
They have
He's the real
house.
deal.
Yeah, and he has the car, and on Thursdays they take you out to dinner, and Friday and Saturday he cooks in the thing. It's a lot of smoke and mirrors. Then payday comes, he's got to shuffle off, and the 4 guys come in with their suits, and he gives you a fucking story. I did it one Valentine's Day, and that was it.
Yeah,
I held him to whatever it was.
I think I'm booked. I do. I think I'm booked in Milwaukee.
And he's not the comedy club.
I think so.
And he's not a bad guy. It's just, it's just.
I'm just
I've never
gonna
really
see a
heard-
gun
yeah.
when I get my check.
It's a fucking scary week because you're in a fucked up neighborhood.
Oh, great.
You're in I don't stay at the condo.
Isn't
The
it funny how we can go, this guy who pulls a gun on comics, he's not a bad guy.
You know
And
what?
this guy, Andrew, stole one joke. That
I'll
guy
tell you
should
what,
die.
a
We
bad
should kill
guy-
this faggot for what he did.
A bad guy is somebody who don't even show up to the club on Saturday night.
Yeah.
At least this guy showed up. There's motherfuckers that don't even show up to the club on Saturday nights. A lot of these improvs on Sundays, the manager that was there all week won't show up. And the assistant will come up to you and say, here's your check.
Yeah.
And then you'll say, where's my sellout from Friday? There was no sellout bonus. Well, go call that motherfucker on the phone. And they're calling him, and he's not answering. Well, you know what? I'm going to fucking light this motherfucker on fire until he answers. And 20 minutes later, they answer. Jim Jeffries, trust me.
Yeah.
The improv
Oh, no,
does it
no.
to you, but in a different way. A lot of those clubs
I
do it to
hate
you
those ways where they
in a
hide
different
behind.
way, right?
Yeah.
They won't. At least the guy was there on Saturday, and fucked around with the gun, and maybe
That's my Chinese food. Keep
maybe he
talking
took
about
a yardstick from you that you were life for, but at least I'd rather lose a yardstick than like that douchebag in Visalia that books the theater and he's not there on Sunday. He's not there Saturday.
I've had
and it's 400 light.
the Saturday Sunday trick. I've had happen a million
Fucking times. They're there all week. The manager's there all week. Wednesday, Thursday, fucking Friday, Saturday. When you call the fuck, you know how you got radio Friday at 6:15 when you can't fall asleep till 2 because you're on West Coast time. Now you can't fall asleep, and at 5 you call them up and say, can you pick me up a little earlier because I want to eat something, and they'll pick you up, they'll answer the phone. The minute that week is over, Jim Jeffries, you got a yardstick sticking out of your pocket. The minute you got a $100 bill. The minute that fucking week is over, out of your front pocket on the side there was a single, but you never know, it could be 100. The fucking minute that week ends, that motherfucker will never pick up his phone again. The guy in the Houston Improv was doing a great old school trick. And listen and learn, Jim Jeffries, what this cocksucker was doing. He'd make you fly into Love or the other fucking airport, and then he wouldn't show up. And he'd say to you, take a cab, bring me the receipt.
Oh, I hate that. I hate to take the cab.
He'd take the fucking receipt from you. He'd take the thing. It was $60. He'd give you back a receipt for $120. Because Sunday, a cab was also going to pick you up and take you. But guess what happened Sunday? The cab never showed, so he don't answer the phone. So you go for the 60. You follow me? He cashes in that receipt. He takes that 60 home with him. That 60 goes into whatever. That's a gram of blow that cocksucker in Houston was doing on me. You know what I'm saying? I finally called him one day. I go, I know what you're doing. From now on, when I go down there, I want a half of that fucking taste. You know what I'm saying? You take a G-Bo and I take a G-Bo and everybody's fucking happy. I don't care if you steal, but let's steal together, motherfucker. And he never returned my calls again. You know what I'm saying? Now he's in Arlington. He doesn't want to book me. You're a little too dirty. I know why I'm too dirty, cocksucker, because I figured you out. Because I bumped into Steve Byrne one day and he said the same thing. I bumped him at the airport. He goes, I almost missed my flight. The guy in Houston sent the cab. The cab never showed. And I go, that fucking happened to me, too. Then it happened to another friend of mine. I go, that's an old school bar trick. That's old school.
Somebody should write a book about all these club owners because everybody writes about the comedians And because we talk about ourselves, it's no problem to make fun of the comics and all the shit we do and all the things that are wrong with us. But the club owners, they get away with murder. And if there was like a Bible of these guys, and it's just like, oh, you're going to Columbus? That guy's a fucking asshole. Here's what's going to happen to you. Blah, 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 blah. You're going to Hartford? You're going to stay in a hotel with hookers. They put me in a hotel that was a brothel when I was in Hartford. And it was one of those like bulletproof windows when you check in at the Days Inn or whatever it was. And I go, I'm talking to the guy, and he goes, first night was really loud. Second night, I go, it's crazy here. What goes on here? It sounds like there's fucking parties going on. He goes, oh, you don't know? And I said, no. He goes, it's full of hookers. I go, what? He goes, the hookers rent the rooms. Then when guys call up for hookers, the hookers go, oh, come to the hotel, get a room. I'll come to your room. And that way the girls can go boom, 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 room to room to room. So I'm in my room. This is like my first year in comedy, living in New York City. I'm like 22 years old. I'm sitting in my hotel.
But in saying
room.
that's all hotels.
Wait, so I'm
all hotels can do that.
Yeah, correct. But this is like in a shady neighborhood of Hartford, Connecticut.
Yeah, but you hadn't hit the big time yet.
Right. Okay.
What did you expect was going to happen?
Right. But I've never had. Well, listen to what happens. I'm lying in my bed.
I just see that an easy hooker place.
Yeah,
I don't see the complication here.
Sounds great until you get. Yeah,
you keep on whinging about all these hookers that are in the corridor, right?
Keep thinking, and then okay. Hold on. I'm lying there in bed. All of a sudden, my phone rings. Yo, is Yolanda in there? And I go, no, you best not be fucking lying to me, motherfucker. And I go, no, I swear to God, just me, Eddie. I'm here alone. No Yolanda. And he goes, motherfucker, I come down there, I find Yolanda, and now I'm gonna kick your fucking ass. And I'm like, now I got a pimp coming to kill me because Yolanda's in the wrong room. Do you want to stay in that hotel? Do you want the pimp coming down the hall
the
to
pimp wouldn't
smack
hurt you?
You sure about that?
You're very well. You cut. You work out a lot.
I called my mother on the phone and said, if I die tonight, I want you to know I wasn't fucking hookers.
I had when I was in Vegas once. I was staying at the MGM, and I was only out there because my brother was in town. And so my brother and his wife and his two kids had a room, and then I had a room by myself. And when I checked in by myself, and they said, are you here by yourself? And I said, yeah, I've just come by myself. You're not with any party or anything? I said, no, just checking in by myself. And then obviously there was some scam that went on where the hotel, one of the staff members who knew that, rang one of the brothels, and they used to just ring me all night trying to pressure me to having it. They're like, there's a prostitute downstairs. She can come into your room.
That sounds like good service.
And when you're drunk and you're laying in bed, you're going, no, I don't need one. I'm out here with my nephew and my niece. Really? How close is she?
That's all Vegas does. You know the thing about the limo driver or the cab drivers in the strip clubs.
Right.
They get paid by the strip clubs. If they do a drop off at a strip club, they get paid. So when you get in a cab in Vegas and you go, hey, what's a good strip club to go to? They're like, oh, Spearmint Rhino or fucking Crazy Horse or, wherever they take you to. They're getting paid by that club. So whoever's paying the most is where they want to take you.
Right.
So they're not going to take you to the best place. The best strip club to go to in Vegas is the one where the guy killed the I don't even want to talk about it because the dude was fucking scary. But I met the owner, but the dude fucking threw a guy over a railing and killed him, and now he was like out of jail and starting the club again. And my friend texts me and he goes, no jokes. This guy killed a guy. I'm like, all right, no jokes. So the guy's giving us a tour of the place. Apparently he threw a guy over a railing into a parking lot. We go outside. He goes, this is going to be our VIP entrance. He goes, just put this railing up, and I start laughing. Like I'm holding it in, and my friend's like, fucking quit it. Don't laugh. And but the guy...
So what made it such a good strip club?
The skankiest, sluttiest whores in the world. That's where I had the twins.
Tell us the story.
I went there, and then I went back for my brother's bachelor party, and I knew the manager now. We'd like bonded.
Yeah,
and
the guy
like,
threw the person over the railing.
Yeah, and he's like, let me take care of you. He brings twins in. I've never had twins before.
Yeah, I don't understand the whole twin concept.
I want to be like Fonzie.
Yeah, I know, but when you're like two girls that look different, it's just double vision.
No.
Unless they're going to lick each other out.
I would love that too.
I'd like it if there was incest going on.
So
now, as a person without children, I can say that quite openly, right? I'm happy for a bit of incest action. If it's two sisters going at each other, I'm like, yeah, that's disgusting. Your childhood was awful. I love it. Right? But I don't want to... if they're not going to do that, if they're not going to lick each other out, I want a blonde and a brunette, or a blonde and like some type of Hispanic-looking woman. You know what I mean?
Now, what strip club was this at?
I think it was called OG's.
Now, I'm not a big strip club guy. You do know that. And whoever the fuck told you about the hooker stuff, the only hooker stuff I have is when I fucking mugged a hooker in New York City and lit her fucking wig on fire. That's it. I'm fucking the real deal.
Really?
In New York, when I was growing up in New York, there used to be a
I read
club
your
in the
blog.
city about the 1040 Club. And it was $9.95 plus tax, $10.40 to fuck a chick. This place was horrible.
$10.
1040 in West Side of Manhattan.
What year is this?
1981.
1981.
I'm a junior in high school, and my friends are talking about this shit. And one night, this is where that story comes from. Don't get in weird cars with your friend. Get in your own fucking car at the end of the night. That's where I learned that lesson right there. And they're like, let's go into the city and get a bag of Coke, whatever. And also I'm like, fuck it. Let's go to the 1040 Club. And I'm like, what's the 1040 Club? And it was on the west side on like 48th Street in a building with a doorman. You know, you'd be in this dead street. Well, Manhattan's never dead, but there'd be 4 or 5 people walking around at 5 in the morning, and all of a sudden there'd be 200 guys going into this building. So you knew something was going up. You went up to like the 8th floor, you paid the 1040, you went into this warehouse type office thing that had no furniture, just a bar, and a bunch of New York guys with open shirts and gold chains on, just talking amongst themselves. And all of a sudden they'd ring like a bell, and a door would open up. And like, let's say there was 300 guys in there, they'd throw out like 170 chicks in there. Just all sizes, shapes, no black chicks, just white. They were all fucking foreign. Right. That's the first time I ever seen.
Because if they were black, it'd be the 540 Club.
It was like fucking human trafficking in there. They were from all different parts of the world, but none of them were black. And you had a
all
fucking,
Eastern European birds?
like all broad. This is 1981.
No, the Russians hadn't invaded yet.
And they're talking. And
What about the Puerto Ricans?
And half of them are crying. They're
This
crying
is during the
and shit.
Cold War.
These chicks didn't want to be there. They're fucking crying and shit. And you had to tackle them and fight other guys. Like, fuck you, motherfucker. I was here first. You're mine, bitch. And you got to like hold on to them. And some guys were like choking them because you got to bring them up. And then they have to give the guy a ticket. And they take in this back section, and it was just cubicles, and they had no running water. And I'll never forget, they had like a bucket, and it looked like Rocky's bucket, like in round 2. They took that, and they washed your dick with it. Then they put a condom on, like, you're fucking 16. Jim Jeffries, take your mind back to when you're 16. You weren't prepared for this.
Yes, he was.
No,
Yes,
you
he
weren't. Nobody was prepared. You had eaten pussy and sucked like a funnel tit and finger banged some chick behind a church, but you never really seen a real fucking live, and you seen Penthouse, and you seen Playboy, but you never seen a disfigured chick with ripped stockings and a cesarean scar at 16. That's fucking real. And all this for the bargain price of $10.40 fucking cents. You understand me?
Yeah.
Now the bitch is on top of me, and I can hear the condom in her pussy like, now I'm no authority on fire. I got thrown out of the fucking weed blows. But that pussy was, I knew in the back of my mind she had heard that noise 1,000 times. And I wanted her to get off, but my boys were in other cubicles, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to cry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to get a teddy bear. And she's on top of me just fucking, and I can hear it. And I'm thinking about how many dicks she had on that day. What was she saying? What language? I'm thinking about all this shit. And all of a sudden she stops in the middle of this. She goes, for next to $10, I let you eat my pussy. And I fucking threw her off me. And I ran the fuck out of there. And I swore, listen, I don't know nothing about porn. You guys are talking about porn. I don't watch you porn. Ari's one of my good friends. He's the filthiest fucking Jew I know in the world. He loves you porn. He's always calling
Ari
me,
Shaffir.
trying to show me cum shots on fucking black chicks' tits and midgets and shit. I can't take that shit because of that night, how it affected me.
Really?
I like how she went,
Lalit.
for an extra $10, you can eat my pussy.
In the middle of this whole drama.
How fucking arrogant are women that she would actually go down that route? Imagine if I was fucking a chick and I said, for an extra 10, I'll let you suck my cock.
It was just fucking so
Lalit,
nasty.
is that trauma? Did he experience some? Lalit's a professional therapist.
At
I gotta say something about
And
that.
at
Was that, did
16
you lose your virginity to her?
No, I had lost my virginity to like my cousin in Miami. You know what I'm saying? Like during the summer, I got, and then like you ever fuck your cousin the next day, like you check the stomach. She's 12, you're 11. You know what I'm saying? Like you're checking her stomach, but I got her pregnant. Till this day, she won't talk to me on Facebook. Fuck that bitch. My other cousins talk to me.
Did you honestly lose your virginity to your cousin?
I swear, I had 2 cousins.
first
Listen to me.
cousin?
I had well, let me tell you something. I'm Cuban, so we had this Puerto Rican family that my mom had a dry cleaners with in the Bronx.
Sure.
And they had a banging little daughter.
Yeah.
Maybe I was 10 and she was like 12 and she had hair on her pussy and I didn't have hair on my fucking little
12-year-old
pussy.
with hair in her pussy?
Oh, she was
Yeah,
fucking. She's Puerto Rican, dog. Those Puerto Rican chicks, you have no fucking idea.
Sure.
And she would show me a little pussy and her little tits and shit for like a quarter. I would come home with my face all red. You know what I'm saying? Your dick's all fucking hard. You got no hair. And then one time, I think she let me eat her pussy and suck her little titties. But then in Miami, I had a cousin who was like 2 years older than me. She was beautiful. She had freckles, no dirty feet.
Was she a first cousin? Was this a second?
Again, we're Cubans. Her parents were. My mother was her godmother, and her father was my godfather.
Oh yeah, that's
But we
like
weren't-
second, third.
Right,
cousins.
but we
That
weren't
is the thing.
supposed to fuck. There was no blood there, so fucking was optional.
Right.
But we would just, you know what I'm saying? Like we play house.
So
and
if you had a baby, it wouldn't be retarded.
right, no, I'd fuck her in the tent. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
she'd
Like,
still be Puerto Rican.
Yeah, no, she was Cuban. She was Cuban, but it's funny because I seen her on Facebook.
Cuba Rican.
Their dad went to fucking prison, and we lost contact with them. And then as I got older, my mom passed, and then we kind of hooked up in '84. And then the earth. What happened in Miami? They had the fucking hurricane.
Yeah.
Then I lost
Hugo.
contact with them again, and then I finally found them on Facebook. But my cousin talks to me, the girl and the younger boy talk to me. She's like,
Maybe you want to put a Casey out to her right
fuck that. Fuck her. She, like Scarface says, she was a fucking whore then and she's a whore now. You know what I'm saying?
Who are you
Just
talking about? Oh,
Tony Montana's mother when he says she was a bomb then and she's a bomb now. Same thing. Fuck that little dirty freak. You know what I'm saying? Fuck her. You know what? You ever had that? Women always do that. They can pull that shit. Like you spend the night with them, you fuck them up the ass, you come on their titties, then you see them a week later when they're with their boyfriend, they make believe like they don't know you. Bitch.
Oh yeah, all
Bitch.
that one where
What's
they,
that fucking attitude? You sucked my dick when I had dead dick and shit.
All that-
You had slobber in your mouth, and now you want to make believe like you don't know me, motherfucker.
that girl who gets willingly drunk with you
Yes.
throughout the night, willingly
Yeah.
drunk. She's all aboard. You're not
All
forcing any
aboard.
drinks. Then she fucks you, and then she wakes up like, oh God, what did I do? You knew what you fucking
You knew what
did.
I blacked out last night, yeah? Well, if you would have blacked out, you would have forgotten how to suck a dick, and that you didn't.
Yeah.
You didn't forget how to suck a dick. You might have forgot who president was or something like that.
I just
But
hope that-
dick sucking skill was still intact. You
But
know what I'm saying?
maybe that's what I do when I black out, so I don't even like to think about it. All of a sudden you go, yeah, you sucked 4 cocks then, Jim. Really? I blacked out.
Wow, that brought the show to a grinding halt. I'm just thinking
I
about
love
you,
it. I
Pat,
fucking
you,
love
you
it.
blacking out and me having to lock my door.
Have you ever like, you know, that there is occasion in life though when you do the blackout drunk and you wake up next to a girl and you don't know who it is. And people always say that's like really shocking. I always am very surprised at how charming must be when I'm drunk because they're way hotter than when I pick up a sober girl. Like I'm waking up to some stunners. Like I wish I could remember that.
Well,
She was-
that's my theory on drunk driving. I think, like, when people say, oh, drunk driving's horrible and it's an awful thing, I'm like, I'm a better driver. I'm a very nervous person. Alcohol calms me down. You don't want me driving nervous. You put a couple drinks in me, I'm fucking good. You put like 10 drinks in me, I can do fucking wheelies in a car. Like, I'm better with women when I'm drunk. I'm better on stage when I'm drunk. Let me drive a car drunk. I want to take my driver's test drunk and prove that I will do better drunk than I will sober.
Yeah, but a driver's test is nothing. That's you driving at your most faggiest. It's like a little stop at the lights and a slow.
Yeah, so you put alcohol in me, I'll be fucking doing donuts on there and fucking.
Yeah, you won't pass then.
Go, Jim Jeffries, I brought you a piece of fucking lemon marijuana cake, dog.
Oh, thank
I
you.
don't fuck around.
Thank you.
You think I showed up like Pontius Pilate? And didn't see what I'm saying?
Lemon. I heard it was banana.
Yeah,
cake,
we
though.
heard you're into the banana.
The fucking Dory, I called Dory. That's a chick who makes the heavy duty. Listen, I bought a loaf.
I'm afraid of bananas, so I appreciate what you
I
did.
cut the fucking half the loaf in half. I got Yoshi all fucked up. Yoshi couldn't even
Yoshi,
drive
I told
home.
you.
8 hours it took him to drive home from Brea. And he called me at 8 and said, how much longer will this last?
Yeah, I've had
He had
that.
a little fucking piece of this shit. This shit's like a Vicodin.
Yeah.
And you know what? I gained like 4 pounds between the bananas and the fucking not shitting. So I stopped. So I called her today just for you guys. And I said, you have any banana bread? She goes, I got to have one for you tomorrow. So I went to the old place because I got a cupcake from there that ruined my day yesterday. You ever eat something, you're like, it's going to be all right. I'll shit it out in an hour. This motherfucker ruined my day. He was relentless.
I've had that where I've
He
gone.
went away for 2 hours and he came back at 4 and tortured me
Yeah.
till 8.
I start the stopwatch when I get that feeling of like I'm fucked, like this is ruined, like it's not going to be a good high. I hit start because I want to know, like, because I kind of then can check time because time starts to slow down when I get really high. That I'm like, I'm not like it's not going away, it's not wearing off, and I'll be like, it must have been 2 hours. And I'll look down and be like, fuck, it's only been 5 minutes. I'm like, when is this shit
They
going to
wanna
go
stop
away?
you.
True story. I went online when I was really high on a pot cookie in New Zealand. Or no, that wasn't the cookie. The cookie was Australia. I just smoked weed, just a ton of weed. Just kept trying to get as much in me as I could. And because we had to get in this van and we weren't allowed to smoke in the van. So I smoked as much as I could before I got in the van. And about 10 minutes into the ride, 20 minutes in, I went, oh, fuck. It's one of those, like, my day's ruined. This is fucking like panic attacks, paranoia, everything. So I went on Yahoo Answers and I went, I just smoked some really fucked up pot. How long am I going to be high? And I wanted somebody to give me an answer so I could like look for that time. First answer back on Yahoo Answers, probably forever. And then I got paranoid, like, what if something switched, like in my brain, that this is going to be the rest of my life? Have you ever gotten paranoid like that?
Not that it's going to be the rest of my life, no. Well, because I'm not an idiot. I don't think for a second it's
Yeah,
going
but
to
how
be.
do you know your brain can't be chemically altered?
It doesn't happen if you're over 25. I'm going to eat more food.
Huh?
Do you want
I'll
some?
take a
Do you
little
want
water,
some?
too, if you
What's
don't
what?
mind.
What's the what's it in it? Lemon.
I got a chocolate, whatever the fuck it is, red velvet cake.
I would, but I'm
that
fucking
fucked
sick.
up my cupcake day yesterday. I got a.
Where do you buy
it?
it? Where do you buy this all from?
I get this. I got a couple different spots. You know, I'm a fucking professional, Jim Jeffries. I
Is
just
this?
don't-
Is
I,
this?
I go from. I'm like Bon Jovi. You know what I'm saying? I go from fucking store to store here
How often do you get high?
every fucking day.
Okay.
Dog. Why not? I'm living in California. The sun's out. You know what the fuck? You get up, you eat some oatmeal, you drink some coffee, I take a piss, I brush my teeth, and I fucking smoke it. I pray a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Then I get fucking high. It's about
You a religious guy?
6:15. You know, once you hit 40, you know you got about 40 years left. So you start seeing it
Fuck,
from a
you're an
different angle.
optimist, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Well, the average age is 74 for a guy. You know what I'm
but
saying?
for a comic, it's like 56.
Yeah, you're right.
And getting lower every year as they drop off. Do
I'm amazed we have less suicides in comedy.
less?
I thought we'd have more suicides. We don't have that many.
It's all fucking suicide. I mean,
Richard
if you-
Jenny was the last one, right?
Yeah.
But no, even
I think we should have like one a year.
At
but
least.
the drugs is always a suicide, no way.
Yeah.
It's always a call for fucking
And-
help, whether
yeah,
it was Kennison or it was,
Geraldo.
you know, I still smoke dope with 4 fucking hands. You know, I love it. I've always smoked dope since I was 14. I've always loved it. You know, my mom had a bar growing up, so booze is the farthest thing from my fucking mind at all times. You put out 2 lines of coke, and I'll drink fucking anybody. You understand me?
Yeah, my
I'll
ex-girlfriend used to say the only reason she did coke was so she could drink
I
more.
could drink socially.
Oh,
That's
it
it.
straightens you up.
I can't
I'm a
fucking
terrible
drink.
drunk without it. You take it. All of
Yeah.
a sudden, I'm
I have to
fucking
say,
focused.
you are a terrible. You and I will drink the same exact amount of alcohol, and you will, after like 4 drinks, just turn into a slurry, fucking crazy drunk.
Yeah, but I sneak a few.
You know, it's amazing. I wish I had friends that were professionals in New York City, that these kids would go out at night. They had wives and shit, and they would do 2 fucking bumps, and it would last them all night. And they drink 52 beers and go home and fuck the wife and go to bed. Me, I get 2 bumps in me. You got to fucking shoot me to stop me. I'm like Frankenstein. You have to shoot me in the fucking head with an arrow. You know, that was the problem.
I've never gotten into coke, and I'll be out with friends all night partying like they will. And then the next day they'll all be like, and I'll stay out all night with them and party and everything. And they'll be like, oh, I feel like fucking, I'm depressed and death. And I'll be like, why? They're like, oh, I was doing blow all night. And we were all doing blow, weren't you? And I'll be like, no, I wasn't. They're like, you were out with us the whole time. You just kept going. I'm like, yeah,
You're amazing, Eddie.
no, I have a chemical.
There's some people who can do that
Imbalance.
shit just on their. You know what? I haven't done a fucking bump in 4 years now. I feel great. No fucking pills. Like I said, I just smoke dope like a motherfucker. I love it. I smoke dope. I pop an edible. If I don't have a set at night, I want to be in the crib by 10.
Do you ever get high and do comedy?
Oh, fuck yeah. That's the only way to do it. Sunday through Thursday. You gotta smoke a joint right before you get on stage. But sometimes it fucks me up too much because it's too real. You get up there and the lights hit you too real. So now I try to, like, if I got a set at 10, I'll get high like at 6:30.
I remember the first time I ever got high on stage, Dave Chappelle got me high. And he took me backstage Caroline's. You know that little stairwell area? Takes me back there. We smoke weed. And I go on first. And I just freak the fuck out.
You freak out.
Couldn't finish jokes. I would start and then stop. And then start another one and stop. And then I get off stage and Chappelle goes on. And it's like magic. And I'm like, And afterwards, I said to him, like, how the fuck do you do that? And he goes, because I do it every day.
After a while, if I don't get high and go on stage, it's like, wow, this is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? This is too real. Like,
Are you better? Are you better high?
No, I'm better straight.
Jim,
I'm more focused.
better drunk?
I've had my best shows in my career drunk, but I wouldn't say I'm statistically better drunk. But the best shows I've ever done, I've been
I
blind.
agree. Same thing. You get me
But,
shit-faced on stage, things are going to
But
happen.
like I tell you what though, I don't die as badly straight. I've had like some horrific deaths drunk. I've had ones where I've almost ended crying. Like just you can all fuck off. You don't understand me. Like to an entire 400 people.
But you don't care because you're drunk. And
No, I care.
You give a fuck.
I don't understand.
There's no drug in the world that doesn't make you not care.
Yeah, alcohol. When I fuck up like that, when I'm really fucked up, and then I got to apologize to everyone, the club, people that walked out.
That's why I don't get drunk on stage anymore. It's the going back to the club the next day, not knowing what you did, and just like seeing the staff and being overly nice, like hello.
Yeah, but the staff would rather see. I have this opinion about comedy club staff, and they would rather see a train wreck than a good show because they see the good shows all the time. It's the same thing over and over, and they get sick of the comics act. When you got punched in stage, that made their fucking life when they saw that. Sure. When I got chased around a room in Florida where this guy came on stage, I kept making fun of his wife. He was interrupting, and I kept telling him to shut the fuck up. Finally wouldn't stop, and I go, dude, I am coming down there, and I am going to take your wife, and I'm going to fuck her like you never have, because you're an alcoholic piece of shit, fucking low-life redneck. Just kept going, and I thought, this is hilarious.
For being an alcoholic.
I just kept picking on him, and I couldn't believe how far he was letting me go to pick on him. And he was laughing while I was doing it. And all of a sudden, the snap happened, and I just saw him coming at me. And I just went to the microphone, and I go, he's coming on stage! Like, alert the bouncers. And he comes running at me. So I ran off the stage. I run to the bouncers, thinking the bouncers are going to grab him, and they just let him go. So I've got to now do a lap of the room, and I'm just trying to elude him, and I'm going, somebody, anybody, and I'm like weaving in and out of people. I'm like, could somebody fucking grab this guy?
How unlikable are you that security won't come to your assistance? Even George Bush had someone to take a bullet for him.
This coming from a guy who's been punched in the face, had his head smashed against a wall.
The security still came and helped me out. They still like me.
You had audience members too try to help you out.
I've had audience members.
All the audience members at Eddie's show.
You went through a fucking crowd. There isn't an audience member who will tackle someone who wants to punch you in the head. They're all in agreement that this guy's well within his rights to hit you.
Some of the best brawls I got into have been at the Comedy Room.
Right.
When I first started, I was at Club 52 in Denver in Commerce, Colorado, which is the hell of death. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
It's a trucker's joint. And I go up there, and I'm like third to last, and this guys are flipping bottle caps at the comedians, and I'm watching this shit, and not one fucking comic is saying nothing because they gave you a free steak and a drink. And I'm like, you know what? I got to fucking say something. You know, like you had a bad day and you're looking for something bad to fucking happen?
Yeah.
Every day.
And I get up on stage and I go, before I even say a joke, I go, the first fucking bottle cap that comes up here, I'm going to fucking break your head. And I didn't even say head, and the first bottle cap kept flying up. And the one guy came up, and it was one of those battery microphones with the stand.
Yeah.
And as he got close, I just took it and smashed it over his fucking head. There was batteries everywhere. They dialed 911. They were both crying. I hit the guy with the stand. I got my steak to go and got the fuck out of there. The reason why I'm not allowed, I'm still not allowed in Seattle, Jim Jeffries, because of a warrant I got because I wouldn't go to anger management. I went to Seattle. I'm living in fucking Seattle. Seattle's a great little.
You were living there at the time.
This is 95. I'm in feature mode. I'm stuck in feature mode.
Nirvana's big. It's Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle was really big at one time.
Era. Yeah, okay.
This was right there.
Yeah.
Right there. We used to go to that fucking park and see Chris Cornell and Soundgarden. I lived down in Alki. I was living with this crazy fucking stripper. This was crazy shit. I was LA bound. I had a deal at CBS. They didn't know. I can't. They're like, are you gonna be able to make it to the dress rehearsal on December 28th? Listen, guys, I ain't gonna be down there till mid-January. All right? They're like, what's going on? I can't even. I had to go to court on the 12th, and this all started with 3 fucking guys that got drunk for the late show. And as they were leaving, I'm the feature acting as a headline in the second show. And as they're leaving, Ron Reed, anybody know Ron Reed here? Mm-mm. He's a $1.10 with a rock in his pocket.
Right.
And he's 60 years old. He's been smoking dope since he was 8. And he don't want to bother nobody. He's the door guy up there. You understand me? And he goes up to the kids and he's like, hey, you guys mind? Talk upstairs at the bar. And they're like, we just take our money back. So they walk up. Brody Stevens is there. Josh Wolf is there. I mean, this is all of us were up there. We were up there having a great time.
Which club's this?
This is the Comedy Underground.
Yeah.
This was when it was downstairs.
This is the place where I got the money, only half the money.
Jim Jeffries, you get ready to go on stage and you look at the people's nachos and you'd see a fucking roach with its antennas moving and you'd want to say something, but you'd say,
that's
fuck
fresh
it.
Mexican
This
food.
is comedy, motherfucker. This is real comedy, bitch.
That's the club, by the way, that they don't state law. You're not allowed to drink on stage. So
stage.
I would keep my drink at the first table, and every time I have a drink, I step off stage, drink the drink, and then back up on stage.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy up there.
Right.
So they give the kid back the money, and the kids look at Ron Reed and they go, you know what? Fuck you. And they smack Ron Reed. And all these comics look at each other. So I grabbed the one guy and we bang heads and we start smacking each other. And Ron Reed's trying to break it up and Josh Wolf's trying to break it up. And I got the one guy pinned with this. There's a cop upstairs and he comes down the stairs to try to break it up. But he's one of those cops that hangs out at a certain joint every night. And he grabs me from behind. And when I go backwards, they push me backwards. His fucking gun falls out. Oh, it's fucking on in this comedy club. And the MC's on and I'm up next, bitch. I'm up next, bitch. And I can feel my shirt ripping, the whole fucking thing. And finally, I hit the one guy, and they break it up, and they go, the cops are on their way. The three tough guys like, we're not leaving, the police, and all this shit. I'm like, oh, fuck. I go on stage. I'm on stage, and I can see the bicycle cops surrounding the fucking joint. Regular cops just coming in and stuff. And when I got off, they gave me a ticket for a fight, an investigation of what had happened.
They gave you a ticket.
They gave me a fucking ticket for like assault 3 or something. My shirt was ripped. I had a big scratch on my fucking neck. And this all catapulted into a fucking not going to anger management class. They sentenced me to like 24 hours of anger management class. And I said, all right, I'll do it in L.A. And I came to L.A. and the only class was Saturday mornings at 9. Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, that's enough
That
to
would
make
make
angry.
sense.
Right. I said, fuck it, I'll take the warrant. So what? I won't go to Seattle. I'll eat salmon from fucking KFC. I got all the sound guards, you know what I'm saying, on DVD and fucking iTunes on the iPod. They could all suck my dick up there in Seattle. So that's how it started. That's how the whole fucking thing started up in Seattle. So till this day, I'm not allowed in Seattle. I can't go to
But
fucking
how would
Canada.
they? How would they know when you're in Seattle? It's not.
Oh,
it's not.
please,
It's,
they,
there's
put
no.
they put a felony warrant out for me for this fucking...
Yeah, but they'd forget about
Are
it
you
now.
fucking... No, let me tell you something.
Paul McCartney's allowed back into fucking China.
That's Paul McCartney. They say
What
fat
did he do
little
in
fucking
China?
Joey Diaz.
Did he rip her leg off there? or
No,
something?
him and Heather Mills. I think it was China. It might have been Japan, but I think it was China. He had a bit of pot in his hand, like it's,
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking crazy. That Keith Richards thing, when he got caught in Toronto, they were going to throw him away for 10 years. You know who saved him? A little fucking girl that was blind, that would hitchhike from city to city on the Stones tours.
What'd she do?
How did she do it?
He fucking, one day, Keith Richards found out about this girl that would follow him around all the cities from tour to tour. And he went to the roadies and he paid them money. And he goes, I don't want this blind girl hitchhiking. Drive her. I'll give you money for food for her and put her in a hotel. And then Keith Richards got busted. This little girl never met Keith Richards, but she knew what Keith Richards did for her. And he got busted. He wasn't allowed back in Canada. And this bitch hitchhiked to Canada, went to Toronto, and went to the judge's house and told him the story. Read the book. Read the Keith Richards book. How he got
How
off
the
of that
blind girl? That
was
blind girl.
a blind concert.
Yeah.
He had to do a blind concert
A
for
blind
free.
girl who hitchhikes from town to town.
Town to
I
town to see the
reckon
Stones.
she's been raped 7 times.
Oh, please. That's a fucking... Can you
At
imagine
least.
she's not going to... What would you do right now if some chick knocked on your fucking door and said, I'm blind, I'm looking for a Stones
Like, a
concert.
bit
You're
less-
here. You know what I'm saying? You're here.
Well,
Meet
this
Keith
is
Richards,
the
bitch.
rape cottage.
a bit less now with DNA, but before DNA, she was getting
please.
raped weekly.
Oh, please. And she thought she was fucking Keith Richards every night.
And the
I
funny
don't even think she liked the Stones.
No. She just probably liked Keith Richards just the way... Can you
there,
imagine that
there were
shit?
probably a lot of guys that said they were the Rolling Stones that fucked her too.
How fucking crazy is that? Some blind chick walks in and says, are you Keith Richards? I guess. Tonight I am. You don't
There was
have
a
the
there was a
accent.
guy in Pittsburgh that looked like Ben Roethlisberger that was going around fucking all the girls. He'd like go to bars and meet girls and go, I'm Ben Roethlisberger. And
Are you sure that wasn't Ben Roethlisberger?
Yeah, well, I was getting to that joke, but
You know what? You think about that story, and that's kind of mean. So fuck it. Those bitches deserve it. Because those are the same bitches that, they're star fuckers. Fuck it. Can you imagine the next morning the guy's like, my name is fucking Nate. You're like, I thought you were Ben. I work at fucking Ralph's, bitch.
That's why I always liked that show. Well, they fucked it up. That show, Joe Millionaire, when the girls the 50 women vibe for the love of that rich millionaire guy to only find out he's a construction worker. The part I hated about it, he was like a good-looking guy. So at the end of the day, they could say they were really in love with him. They should have got some fat little tiny troll dude, and just to watch the women go, no, I really love him. I love him for what's inside. And then they go, yeah, well, he has no fucking money. He's an ugly little troll. I want nothing to do with that show.
Well, the thing was, they also gave him $500,000 at the end of it. Or something.
It sucked. I just wanted to see how badly, and it's not just women. Men would do the same thing. They did a show.
No, they wouldn't.
No, they did a show.
A rich woman. I wouldn't date a rich woman.
Not a rich woman. Men are different. We're superficial. It's all about the woman's looks.
Yeah, but then they can't just go at the end of the show. She's not hot. And
no,
cut her
they
tit
go.
off.
They go. She has a cock. And
Oh
they
yeah,
did
that
it.
one. Yeah, I've seen that one.
They did a
yeah.
show called "There's Something About Miriam," where like 50 men vie for the love of this beautiful woman. In the last episode, they find out she's got a cock, and it was. You can watch it on YouTube because it didn't air in America because the guys all sued because the guys all made out with
I thought
her.
it was a British show, wasn't it?
No, they made it in America, and they aired it in Britain and Australia. They wouldn't air it in America. That was part of the lawsuit that it could never air in America. But you can watch it on YouTube. And the final episode where the three guys, where she's picking, it's so fucking funny because she picks the guy, and then she goes, "But before we get on the cruise together to go off to fucking Belize or wherever they're going," she goes, "I have something to tell you." And when she does it, the two guys that lost start giggling. And they start fucking laughing because they know what's coming. And the dude's face when she goes, "I'm really a man," and she's like, "I'm about to go through surgery to become a woman, but I still have," and the dude's like, and she goes, or it goes, whatever it is, goes, do you still want to come with me?" And the guy's in such shock. He goes, "Yeah." And he does like the hand holding and walks off with her. And they said like immediately, like as soon as the cameras turned off, he's like, "What the fuck?" And they were like, no, it's not going to happen. And they all got $250,000. Every dude on the show got $250,000 in the lawsuit. And I was like, fuck.
Well, some of them made out with her, didn't they?
Yeah.
Like in the earlier episodes, they went and had picnics with her and made out with her. And then,
You're not a superficial dude.
you can have if you can have a cock if you're
But
pretty.
what if they had like a fucking chick that was big, 500-pound black chick with big fucking feet, and if you ate her asshole, you got like $5 million fucking dollars.
I would eat anyone's
you in?
ass. I would have a
you
note.
in?
I would
you
eat
eat-
anyone's
would you eat
asshole.
Ernie's
I
asshole?
would eat Ernie's asshole for $5. But I would eat anyone's asshole for $5 million.
How much money would it take to eat Ernie's asshole?
How long would I have to eat it for?
A minute straight.
2 million.
After a shower or at the end of the day?
After-
3 million
after-
before a shower,
after-
2 million after shower.
After a full fucking Mexican breakfast diarrhea. After one of those diarrheas that goes up out of the back of his crack
See,
and lands on the seat.
how much for you, Eddie? What's the 3 million?
To eat Ernie's asshole, like diarrhea at asshole, I'd do it for $1 million.
What was the worst stinky fucking piece of ass you ever ate, Jim Jeffries? Do you remember how much was involved?
It would have been a foreign woman.
How much was involved in it? Anything?
No, the most disgusting. I'm trying to think of the ugliest, grossest thing I've fucked.
No. I'm talking about a good-looking chick that her pussy smelled like Hoboken.
Oh, plenty of them.
Something like that. Did
I
you
went
ever-
out with a girl that was stunning who used to have pussy fucking smelling problems. One of the best looking girls I ever went out with. She was also a pill popper. She was big into Xanax and stuff like that. She'd pop
Xanax
those.
will fuck up that monkey, you know?
Yeah,
Xanax will put that wang in that motherfucker.
That
you
will,
know?
because the kidneys can't
Yeah,
filter it
imbalances
properly, and then the flora, the fauna goes a little bit out the window.
My Valium days, my asshole.
Bro, I
had
had
a
this
weird
one bit
stink
I used to
it,
fuck
you know?
that. As soon as you started fucking her, a cunt used to stink really bad. And then if you and then like where you
That's because of you.
no. Once you start,
I
once
love
the
you.
moisture started, and then you'd be like, oh, that's oh. And she just thought that's what sex smells like. Like she was used to that horrid smell going through the building, and I was like, I couldn't do it in doggy position because it would waft up too much. I had to lay on top and plow and have my head as far away from the situation as possible.
I remember-
It would have killed a dwarf.
My worst. I don't know if I've told this on this. Oh, I told this on stage in Australia. It came out of the blue. I forgot. I fucked this chick one time. I met her in a bar, and she gave me her phone number, and she would talk dirty to me, and she would always call me and talk dirty. And then one night, I was living in Pittsburgh. She said, come over and come fuck me. And I think I found out while I was fucking her, she was married or something. Like, she sneaked out of her house to come. And I'm fucking her in my car. And after I fuck her, I'm like laying there like in this like heap of like sweat, and we're just lying there. And I've got my head on her chest, and I hear,
Wait, you're in the car. Why's your head on the chest?
I'm on top of her. I put the seat back, and I'm lying like on top of her.
You're lying on top of her in the front seat.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't she lay on top of you? How big is this bitch?
She was tiny.
This story
actually.
doesn't work out.
No, listen.
You're lying on top of the girl in the car.
Here, I'm going to show you what I would like. Let's imagine
I
this
got a
is
cold. You'll get a cold.
No, I'm not going to do it to you. She's like this in the car seat, and I'm fucking her like this. So I've now like after I've done, I've kind of just rested on her.
Right.
I've got my head on her chest.
So the steering wheel's near your ass.
No, I'm in the passenger seat where she was.
Oh, okay. So the steering wheel's to the right of you.
So I hear this. And I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Maybe it was an
noise?
IRA car bomb.
Nope. She had an artificial heart.
Oh no, that ticky. My nana had that. That's just a valve.
Valve, yeah.
That's not an artificial
Hold
heart.
on. Yeah. Valve. And she's got the scar. Then she tells me it's defective, and she's won a lawsuit. She's won all this money because it's defective, and she could die at any moment.
Oh, I'm getting dizzy just thinking about this fucking story.
And I'm like, can you get out of the car?
Now that our pussy stink, you should have said, I'm about to die. I might die first, you fuck.
Brendan Burns tells a story about that, doesn't he? He went down on a bird that had tubes coming out the side of her stomach.
Oh,
And it
Jesus
turned out she was waiting on a kidney transplant. If you've ever gone down on a girl that's waiting on a kidney transplant, that's some fucking
That
urine
motherfucker had
tasting.
dialysis
also
breath
some
and shit.
pressure.
Yeah. Like you get rid of a piss filter from a person, that's a skanky tasting vagina.
I'm at the Laugh Factory one night for fucking Puerto Rican night. It's Monday night.
Oh, is that what it is?
Monday
night.
night's Monday night's big night. I go down and throw some heat. And this night I'm down there and I get on, and Paul Rodriguez comes in and he bumps me. So I'm up a little later. But when he's on stage, some fucking drunk chick's heckling the shit out of him. And she's getting up and she's pretty cute. She got big tits and she's like, fuck you, you ain't funny. So they throw her out. So I get on stage, I do my set, and I forget all about it. And I come outside and she's still out there causing the fucking ruckus. And you know us. We're a comic. We're just starting out, and she's what do you call them? A wounded deer. Some comics could deal with it, some comics couldn't. And she's like, what are you going to do? And I'm like, I'm going to go to El Compadre to pick up a package. Because that's my old haunt, that little Mexican
I know
where it
it, I
goes
know it.
down. That's where it goes down.
Yeah.
Fuck the standard and all this shit with all those uptight bitches.
You know, it's funny.
You go to
about
El Compadre, that's where everybody gets their dick sucked at the end of the night. Ugly, fat, retarded, stupid. I've seen Lindsay Lohan in there at the end of the night. I've seen Christina Aguilera. I've seen, what's the fucking director?
Our buddy that's a coke dealer hangs out there all the time.
Please, it's the real fucking deal in there. El Compadre is a little Mexican joint in Hollywood. They got 3 little guitar guys. They come over to your table. You wave them over. You put the 20 in the hole in the guitar. The guy opens up his little vest and the coke rock falls right out. And he goes right to the next table. They got it going on. Jim Jeffries, they got it going on. You will get your dick sucked. A pregnant chick. Somebody will suck your dick. There was a pregnant chick in there sucking dick one night with a fucking margarita. Tremendous. All she wanted was tequila. And you know what? She sucked my dick and it wasn't bad and I forgot about it. Like I didn't black out. I went home and forgot. Like sometimes you forget. The next day my buddy Eddie calls me and I'm driving home. I'll never forget this. He goes, what'd you do last night? I go, I went to El Compadre. And he goes, what happened? I go, you know what happened, dog? Some chick sucked my dick. And she goes, where? And I go, the bathroom. And he goes, where in the bathroom? I go, in the fucking stall. You ever go to El Compadre? They got cocaine stalls in there. No locks. You're slipping on the floor from the ether and the cocaine.
Yeah.
This is the real deal. No security, no lock on the bathroom. This is real. You've been there. You know, they got margaritas. Everybody's fucked up. You go in there at 2 a.m. on a Friday. It's a scene from 1980.
Right.
Everybody's jaw, and they're all creepy, and they got capes on, and everybody's getting down. So I'll never forget that. I'm telling him the story. I go, Eddie, I went in there. I can't remember what the girl's name was. She was drinking tequila. And I swear to God, she kept saying, when I drink tequila, I like to suck dick. And I'm like, when I drink tequila, I like to get my dick sucked. That was the truth. You know, and she's like, well, let's do this.
Was she really pregnant?
she was a little pregnant. She was just starting the show.
Yeah,
and she was doing blow. I mean, this is the real. I mean, I wasn't doing blow with her.
That's always good.
I bought the
That's good
bitch
for
a
a
cocktail.
baby.
I ain't gonna lie to
you
you.
never know,
Fuck
shit.
it. You know what I'm saying? The baby's gonna be with a fucked up eye anyway. She's been drinking. She was drinking way before I got there. You follow me? Yeah. I did not coerce her. I got her a cocktail because that's the least I could do. The chick's gonna suck your dick in the bathroom.
I just like the machete turned out okay.
No, that's true. That's true. And you know what? Tarantino goes in there too. I mean, Jim Jeffrey, this is a real fucking place where once you go in there, either you don't like El Compadre because it's dark, or this is your spot.
Right.
I've seen some weird people in there that I've left there going, wow, women doing some wild
And they're
shit.
nice looking birds, though.
Yes.
Right.
They're all Hollywood birds that walk in there like, oh my God, let's drink a margarita. And they walk into death, Jack. They leave there with a weird look on their face.
I can't do it anymore.
There's no more cock blockers in there.
Lalit's wet right now.
Getting drunk all the time is so much fun. You just can't do it.
You know, you do it when you're young. I mean, I'm an old fucking bird. I mean,
I've just come to the end of the thing.
Jim Jeffries, I don't think you're done.
Jim Jeffries, how old are you now, Jim Jeffries?
34.
Oh, you're just getting fucking started. You gotta take a little breather. A woman comes into your life, and you want to believe. And trust me, you want to believe the hype. We all do. We all read fucking love novelty fucking things. We all buy into it. You know what I'm saying? I'm all out of love. Whatever. You're AC/DC. You like fucking Angus Young. You know what I'm saying?
You'll be back. You'll be
I
back.
met her.
Take a break.
A little soul
I'll
stripper.
be back. Oh, good.
Oh, when you're 37, with a fucking vengeance, you'll break up and you'll be ready to fucking.
I was
go out and
worried that
stab
it was
a hooker.
all over.
Who gives a fuck, Jim Jeffrey? You're taking a breather. You're giving these girls in LA and around the country a breather. Get your monkeys in shape. Take some vitamin C. Tighten that fucking thing. Cause Jim Jeffrey's got a freak now and he's in love, and that's all right. But the Australian will be coming around soon. He'll be slinging dick from Brisbane, Australia to fucking Boise, Idaho, and they don't let black people in the bar after 1:30. You know what I'm
It
saying?
sounds like my type of bar.
Slinging dick and giving out bubblegum. That's my dog. You guys are two handsome guys. I'm an old fuck. You know what I'm saying? I got to stick a pinky in my ass to get the party started. You guys got plenty of juice left in you motherfuckers. This guy, look at him. He's cutting shit right. He's a fucking Tarzan.
He's like 39.
Fuck yeah, 30. Look at him. He looks great.
I'm going to party with this fucker.
There's only reefer. You got to eat the fucking bread before I leave. That's an insult.
I'll go fucking.
You got this girl here you can sacrifice. I won't be. I can't testify. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it is her first night in the rape cottage.
Yeah, you got to do something. I won't leave. I want to leave here.
We're done 1 hour, so...
I think somebody finally scared you.
No, I just think that we were peaking then. That was the biggest laugh of the episode. So it's all going to just peter off right now.
Yeah, we always do this. We hit this big high, and then we should go, thank you, good night. But we end up talking about just worthless shit.
You guys are great. Thank you for putting me on.
All right, thank you for having
us. Got to wrap it up.
Anytime. You're welcome
You
here
guys are
anytime.
fucking great.
You've given me optimism.
This is great
For the
idea.
future.
Please go. You got a lot of legs left to you, cocksucker. You're Australian.
Thank
You
you.
ain't one of these fucking Republicans from Ohio. You're the real deal, dog. You're Australian. You know what I'm saying?
No,
you guys eat fucking death for breakfast.
Joey, we're trying to calm him down a little bit. He gets a little out of control.
No, I want him
No,
to.
listen to
he's
Joey.
all right.
Joey knows what he's talking
Break
about.
He's a
shit
good
and
man,
he hits
dog.
people and he.
This guy's a fucking star. Both of you. I'm happy you invited me. You're savages. Fucking savages. But next time I come here, I'm ready to go. I'm a married man. I'm done. I can't. I'm Catholic. I'm done.
How long have you been married for?
2 years, but I've been bitter for fucking 12.
Yeah.
You know what? It's not that I love her. I love the cats.
Yeah.
I couldn't lose the cats in the divorce. That would be my insides. That's done. My cats keep me alive, dog.
You got any kids?
Fuck no. I have a daughter from my first marriage. She's done. She's 20. We don't talk no more. Me and her mom just don't get along. We haven't talked since she was like 15. We haven't talked. But we'll get back together
See,
eventually.
Jim,
nice,
way to ruin the
I had to
show.
fucking lay it down. What? No, he's asking questions.
I don't know.
I love what I'm doing now, dog. I'm having a great time. This is great. Comedy's fucking great. And after a couple of years, you come out here, you get your balls busted, you see where you stand. It makes it a lot easier, man. They could all suck my dick. You know what I'm saying? We could pop at any minute. Did you watch Louis C.K. last week?
No,
show?
somebody said it was the best episode
The best
ever.
episode ever.
What
That chick,
happened?
Joan Rivers is on there. And he was wanting to quit his job. He wanted to quit his fucking room in Atlantic City. And he's telling her, he's like, listen, man, I'm in the fucking lounge. He goes, bitch, I was in the lounge 2 years ago. That's what makes it fun about being a comedian. There's ups and downs. You always got something to do. You know, and she just broke it down for you. And it's true. How lucky are we? You just said it before. We're doing something now. We got the fucking people by the balls now.
There is ups and downs. That is
please.
True. Eddie.
But this is a fucking up right here. We're together, the Cuban, the Australian. You got a Mexican in the room. You got a nice white dude. You got Eddie Ift. What the fuck? You got a cute girl who's ready to rock.
A Brazilian.
A Brazilian
to boot.
Lalit has a Brazilian.
I once had a Brazilian.
I love you guys. Thank you very much for having me.
You have anything to promote?
I got nothing. I got dick. What I got to promote? I got dick. I got nothing.
He's in a down right
Do
now.
we have any messages from anyone you want to, any emails to read or anything? We've got some.
No, I didn't check all that.
I
was in bed until 2.
There was some pretty crazy fucking shit that came over emails. Let me read some of them that the people talk while I look for them because we were supposed to do that interview for People Magazine.
When are we meant to do that?
Today.
We'll do it.
Hope we're still good for a chat today. I'm online now. They want to Skype with us. Our internet's down.
I tell you what, man. I fucking went to bed today and missed everything. The whole world's angry at me. Before I had a nap that I thought would be like 2 hours. It lasted 8 hours because I was sick, and I've just got like 100 angry people now.
It's Monday. It was a fucked up day to get sick.
Yeah, man, how was Carmageddon? Did everyone do all right? I was out of town.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened?
No, it was actually nice.
And I stayed home. I planned for it. I got the big bag of weed. Fuck them.
So it was just that no one left the house. This just proves that people just drive around for fucking dick.
They dick.
Don't they?
They dick. They do on
they're
Saturday.
Dicking around.
Dicking around.
Yeah.
Just to make traffic. It's like
Yeah.
Seattle. If you ever go to Seattle,
Yeah.
there should never be traffic, and there's always traffic.
It's like
they're looking around. Oh, look at what a beautiful mountain. Go to fuck home.
People, you go to
fuck your
home,
wife. Go fuck your wife.
Hang out, see your friends, and
Stupid
and if the
motherfuckers.
friends are more than an hour drive away, they're not real friends.
No, fuck
That's what your mum would say. These aren't real friends. They don't really like you.
These fucking momos. I could see you want to go to Disneyland or something. You got to get out of the house on the weekend. But they just drive up and down that 5. Let's go to this mall. What? Stay the fuck home. I stay home on the weekends. If I'm not on the road, I'm fucking home minding my own business.
Oh, here was here nice though, because
Yeah, it was nice. No one came down here.
this is great because here is like fucking Aleppo colony. Venice is
a zoo. It's the worst fucking place in the world
On a Sunday.
on a Saturday and Sunday. This place. People, I saw a dude walking down the boardwalk today with just a black thong on and tattoos all over his body. And the best part about it is he thought it was completely normal. Like tattoos just covering from face, all over his face, all over his body. And it was like a thong that didn't fit well.
But it's like in Venice, it's the families I don't get. I understand the freaks. It's when you see like a family of 10 people, and there's no one on the beach. They're all just walking along. It's like they've all come just to walk up and down that bit of concrete.
And the shops are the shittiest shops in the world.
There's nothing to buy
All
there.
they sell are bongs and fucking cheap, shitty T-shirts.
I
And
feel bad for people when they come to California to visit. When my friends call and they say, hey, we're thinking of coming to California, I go, don't fucking do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it because you don't know what you're going to get yourself into.
No, you know what? The coast of California is nice with the exception of Los Angeles. Take away Los Angeles, Santa Barbara's nice, San Diego's nice, even Orange County's nice, fucking San Francisco's nice.
Malibu's nice.
Malibu's nice. L.A., when you get right into like Venice, Santa Monica, it's fucking it's a third world fucking country here. It's a third world
Lalit
country.
just said
There's a
because
lot of
of all the
fucking people.
Mexicans.
Hey, man, I seen a lot of brothers down here walking around, too, in Venice. Don't
Yeah,
blame it on the
let's
fucking
not just go to the
Mexicans,
Mexicans. The Gooks, the Dagos, the Itais,
There's a lot
all
of
of them.
fucking
And
people down here.
every one of them has an illegal pit bull.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
If there's an earthquake, all these buildings, they can't even fall. They just bump into one another.
Yeah.
There's 6 inches in between.
I kind of hope there's an earthquake because I have a good feeling none of these people can swim.
I'd like to die in a major disaster. I think it's the way to go.
I want to die at the end of the world.
I want to be there at the end.
I don't want shit happening after me.
I
I used to hate in high school when people would drive me home from a party and drop me off like early on the drop off because I always felt like they'd go somewhere else to like another party.
Oh, Eddie.
I want to die at the end.
They went somewhere else, Eddie. They went somewhere else. Yeah, they were there going, did you see that guy chasing me around the comedy club? I wouldn't even help him.
I want to die at the end of the world. I want to be there and be like, it's over. And then you go, if there is a heaven,
If you get old and senile and I'm taking care of you in a nursing home, I'm going to tell you that at the end, that it's the end, that we're all dying.
I'm glad to know that you have a plan to kill me if I'm senile.
You know what? You work out every day and you eat really healthy, and I still think I'll outlive you. I really think.
Look at Ozzy Osbourne. Look at all these fucking people that are alive that shouldn't be fucking
That's like
alive.
him. If you looked in the inside of Jim's blood is embalming fluid. It's like he's.
My mother is over 300 pounds, ate shit her whole life, has got diabetes. She's going to turn 70 soon.
That's not that old.
It is for someone as fat as my mum. I'm just saying, she's still trucking. She's not dead yet.
So you're saying genetically, but you're dead on the inside.
Yeah. Look, Eddie, let's have a little bet.
Who's gonna live longer?
Who's going to live longer?
Well, I know some people that might want to kill me. So
Who would want to kill you?
a certain person.
Who?
I just got myself in trouble.
Jason?
No, not Jason.
Does Jason want to kill you?
No, Jason doesn't want to kill me. Jason would kill you before me.
No, he wouldn't.
Yeah, he would.
Loves me.
Uh-huh.
All right. Call it a day. I'm hungry.
All right. Let me to go to Jim and Eddie, talkshit.com. T-shirts are available. We've sold now 6.
6 T-shirts.
But we've gotten a lot of donations from people, and a lot of people say they're donating and then they don't donate. Don't say it if you're not going to do it.
Otherwise, we're bringing in advertising, or we're going to drop it back to 1 episode a week.
And we might have to take the show to if you want to sponsor a show. Like if you've got a company or something and you want to sponsor the show, just contact us at jimandeddie@yahoo.com and go to Stitcher. They've been good at this. Download from our website, get the app on your smartphone, use the promotional code Jim and Eddie. I want to thank Machete, Luke, Jesse, Lalit, Io, PK, Ray Roy, and Fine Southern Gentlemen for making our T-shirts. And you can find them at finesouthern.gentlemen.com. And you can find me, most importantly. I'm going to be at the John Lovitz Club at Universal City Walk, Friday and Saturday night, 10 o'clock, headlining. Come down and see me. Tickets are $15. They are available on the website. I don't know what the website is, but I'm sure if you Google John Lovitz, you're going to find his comedy club. And if you Google Eddie Ift, you're going to find AIDS. So go come see me. Jim, where are you this weekend?
I'm in Sacramento.
Jim's in Sacramento at the Punchline. Go to punchline.com. Are tickets still available?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get tickets to see Jim. And it's right above a mattress store. If you need to get a mattress, you can get a mattress, then you can go see him. Where are you this weekend,
I'm
Joey?
at the Ice House.
Joey Diaz is at the Ice House out in Pasadena. So if you don't want to drive that far to Pasadena, you can come see me at Universal Studios.
Stay black.
Yeah, stay black. Stay gold, pony boy.
Talking shit.